The Cowboys are quietly zeroing in on one position, and it could define their entire offseason. Linebacker. From trade whispers around Nakobe to draft buzz surrounding Sonny Styles, Dallas is clearly hunting for speed and impact in the middle of the defense. But here's the twist: this might not be just depth. This could be a major defensive shift. Are the Cowboys preparing to make a splash move nobody sees coming? One insider hint suggests the front office is more aggressive than fans realize. And if that's true, the linebacker room could look completely different very soon. If you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, this offseason might quietly become one of the most important defensive turning points we've seen in years. There's a growing belief around the league that Dallas is not done reshaping this roster, and one position keeps coming up over and over again in league circles: linebacker. Today we're diving deep into the top linebacker targets in free agency, the 2026 draft class, and potential trade scenarios, featuring two names that are creating serious buzz: Nakobe and Sonny Styles, and what it would actually mean if Dallas made a move. Let's start with the big picture. The Cowboys' defense has had stretches of dominance, but when you break down the playoff exits and late season collapses, one issue keeps surfacing: consistency at the second level. Injuries, depth concerns, and coverage mismatches have forced the front office to evaluate whether they need a tone-setting linebacker who can command the middle of the field. And in today's NFL, that position is no longer just about stopping the run. It's about sideline-to-sideline speed, coverage intelligence, and defensive communication. Now here's where the rumors begin heating up. League insiders have quietly linked Dallas to potential trade inquiries involving Nakobe. While nothing is confirmed, it makes sense when you connect the dots. Dean has shown flashes of elite instincts and downhill explosiveness. He's the kind of linebacker who processes quickly and attacks without hesitation. When healthy, his tape shows a player capable of anchoring a defense emotionally and physically. If the Cowboys were to explore a trade scenario, the compensation likely wouldn't be cheap. Dean still has upside and youth on his side, and any team moving him would want significant value in return. But here's why Dallas could justify it: he fits the defensive identity they're trying to build. Fast, aggressive, and disruptive. Imagine pairing that with their current pass rush packages. Suddenly quarterbacks aren't just worried about pressure off the edge, they're dealing with interior chaos and collapsing lanes. But trades aren't the only path. Free agency is another route the Cowboys front office is studying carefully. This upcoming linebacker market isn't overloaded with superstar names, but it does feature several high-floor veterans who could stabilize the position immediately. Think about what Dallas truly needs: not just splash, but reliability. A veteran who can call plays, communicate adjustments pre-snap, and stay on the field on third down. That combination is rare, and when it becomes available, it demands serious evaluation. Now let's shift to the draft conversation, because this is where things get fascinating. The 2026 linebacker class is being viewed by early evaluators as one of the more athletic and versatile groups in recent cycles. And when you mention that class, you have to talk about the potential impact players coming through powerhouse programs. Sonny Styles, for example, has the kind of hybrid skill set that modern defenses crave. His frame, athletic profile, and comfort in space make him more than just a traditional linebacker, he's a matchup piece. Coming out of the Ohio State Buckeyes football pipeline, Styles represents the new generation of defensive chess pieces. Players who can align in the box, drop into coverage, and even rotate into safety looks without tipping the scheme. For a defensive coordinator who loves disguise and pre-snap movement, that kind of versatility is invaluable. If Dallas positions itself correctly in the 2026 NFL Draft, Styles could absolutely be within range depending on how the board falls. And here's something you need to consider carefully. The Cowboys have historically built through the draft when they've been at their best. Their most sustainable stretches of success came when they trusted their scouting department and developed young talent. Drafting a linebacker like Styles wouldn't just be about 2026. It would be about building a core piece for the next 5 to 8 years. Cost-controlled, athletic, and molded within their defensive culture from day one. But don't overlook the other intriguing layer here. Nakobe Dean's college pedigree from the Georgia Bulldogs football system and his pro experience create a different type of value proposition. He's already navigated NFL speed. He's already studied complex offensive schemes. If Dallas believes its championship window is immediate, that experience could outweigh the developmental upside of a rookie. So what's the smarter move? Trade for proven potential? Sign a steady veteran in free agency? Or draft the next defensive cornerstone? Here's where cap space, timing, and roster philosophy collide. The Cowboys must consider financial flexibility. Trading for a young linebacker still on a rookie-scale deal is attractive. Drafting one is even more cap-friendly. But free agency allows immediate plug-and-play without sacrificing draft capital. Each path has risk. Each path has reward. Let's talk scheme fit because this is critical. The Cowboys' defensive structure demands linebackers who can diagnose RPO concepts quickly. The NFC is loaded with creative offensive coordinators who stress the middle of the field. Whether it's divisional matchups or conference contenders, you cannot survive with linebackers who hesitate. Dean's instincts shine in downhill reads. Styles' athletic ceiling shines in coverage transitions. That difference matters depending on how Dallas prioritizes its defensive identity. There's also leadership to factor in. Linebacker is traditionally the quarterback of the defense. Communication breakdowns in key moments have cost Dallas in high-leverage games. Adding a vocal, instinctual presence could change more than just stat sheets. It could change culture. When you look back at elite Cowboys defenses, they always had a commanding second-level presence. Now here's the wild-card scenario nobody is talking enough about. What if the Cowboys pursue a short-term veteran in free agency while still drafting a high-upside linebacker early? That layered approach would protect against injury and developmental delays. It would also create competition, something championship rosters thrive on. Trade-wise, if Dallas called the Philadelphia Eagles about Dean, it would instantly create headlines. Divisional trades are rare but not impossible. The price would be steep, and optics would be dramatic. But if the front office believes Dean unlocks the defense's next level, they might explore the framework at least privately. And let's not ignore how this impacts the pass rush. A more reliable linebacker group allows edge rushers to attack more aggressively without fearing blown run fits behind them. It tightens pursuit angles. It improves third down disguise. It makes the entire defense faster. From a draft strategy standpoint, Dallas must also consider board dynamics. If they wait too long, the linebacker tier drop-off could be significant. If they reach too early, they risk missing better overall value at another position. That balance is what separates smart drafting from reactive drafting. The bottom line is this: the Cowboys know they are close. Close isn't enough in the NFL. The margin between conference finalists and early playoff exit often comes down to 2 or 3 defensive plays in January. Linebacker speed, coverage awareness, open field tackling. Those details matter when the lights are brightest. So when you hear the names Nakobe Dean and Sonny Styles floating around Cowboys circles, understand this isn't random speculation. It's tied directly to a roster evaluation that recognizes the need for more stability and explosiveness in the middle of the defense. The next few months will reveal which path they choose. Aggressive trade, strategic free agent, calculated draft investment, or a combination of all three. One thing is certain: if the Cowboys hit on this decision, the ripple effect could redefine their defensive ceiling. And if they miss, the same questions will echo again next postseason. This is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing linebacker storylines Dallas has faced in years. And if you're watching closely, you'll see that every rumor, every visit, every draft meeting points back to one simple goal: fortifying the heart of the defense before the championship window tightens any further.